In less than 2 months, voters in Malawi head for elections. Political observers are predicting a very tight presidential race between President Peter Mutharika from the Democratic Progressive Party against his Vice President Saulos Chilima of the United Transformation Movement and Lazarus Chakwera with the Malawi Congress Party, the main opposition party. My colleague Paul Ndiho has more on the story.
Campaigning in Malawi is underway. On May 21st, in addition to presidency, voters are set to cast their ballots for members of parliament and local councillors. The wealth and patronage networks of the three main political parties are driving the country's politics. President Peter Mutharika, Democratic Progressive Party, continues to tell his thousands of supporters he will continue to act on his election promises from his 2014 victory to rid Malawi of endemic corruption, fix the economy, and tackle violence against women and people with albinism. Mutharika enjoys the incumbency advantage. Opinion polls have forecast Mutharika's ruling party to win, but regular allegations of corruption could hobble his campaign, where reports of government graft are routine, but the government denies any allegations of corruption. Opposition and civil action groups claim that he and the ruling DPP received about $195,000 from a contractor supplying food rations to the police. This election pits President Peter Mutharika against Saulos Chilima. Political analysts say Chilima is seen as the biggest threat to Mutharika. Chilima quit the ruling party in July of 2018 in protest of alleged corruption. The former ally turned foe has launched a series of bitter attacks on the president and hopes to win power as the head of a new opposition party, the United Transformation Movement. Chilima told VOA in an interview that he no longer speaks to the president, and he alleges that corruption is worsening under the current administration.
Number one, I've got a constitutional obligation to serve out the term. And at this stage, as I'm sitting and talking to you, I have no reason to quit. I think that we would also be creating another interesting constitutional crisis.
Analysts say Chilima, 45, a wealthy businessman, could easily give Mutharika, 79, a tough battle. Meanwhile, former President Joyce Banda has dropped out of the race for president and plans to ally with Lazarus Chakwera, the presidential candidate for the Malawi Congress Party, the biggest opposition group.
I've withdrawn my candidature and gladly and positively endorsed the candidature of Dr. Lazarus Chakwera.
Her announcement could be a game changer ahead of the elections. But critics have questioned the alliance, saying it appears former President Banda is not politically loyal to any particular ideology. Lazarus Chakwera claims President Mutharika has failed Malawians in many areas, justifying the need for a new leader.
On democracy, President Mutharika has really been average. On economics, he's been below average. If you look at on development, then he's been poor.
For voters in Malawi, the presidential election is critical, and a stronger leadership is vital. The nation is heavily dependent on foreign aid and is arguably one of the poorest countries on earth. Over 50% of the country's population live well below the poverty line. Agriculture accounts for 1/3 of its GDP, and 85% of its people survive on subsistence farming. Paul Ndiho, VOA News.